Tories. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori if you're new. A couple of the activities that we have planned, we're going to go to the library and donate some books. I have some books that I had up on my Pango for quite a while and they just haven't sold, so I want to get them off my shelves. That way we can decorate a bookshelf together. So that's another activity. We're going to go book shopping as well. There's a ton of new releases that I just have to stock up on. There are some of my most anticipated releases of the year that I just have not got my hands on yet. So we're going to pick those up and then we will do a little book haul as well. Also, we're going to get a coffee, probably a matcha because it's like almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Hello friends, we are home. We are back. I'm hoping that you cannot hear my ceiling fan turned to absolutely full blast because today in Arizona, when we were just frolicking around doing all of our book things, it was 115 degrees outside. I was sweating so badly. I walked into Barnes & Noble and just walking from the car into Barnes, I kept going like this to my hair to like air out. I was so freaking sweaty, but we made it. We did it. We also did some damage at Barnes & Noble. So we have a little haul. I also picked up one book from the library, which you would have seen, but we're going to haul that one as well. We need to do a little bit of a restock/reorganization of our TBR cart. And then you can probably see this empty bookshelf behind me. Previously, I had all of the books that I was unhauling or that were listed on my Pango bookshop, that bookshelf. And so those are the books that we donated to the library today to clear that off because this is my like colorful bookshelf. I have my lit fic and stuff down here. This top shelf is romance. And then I actually have some more romance books that are really colorful that I thought would be nice and kind of complement the rest of the shelf. So that's what we're going to pop on there. But first, let's do a book haul. I'm also going to talk through a couple other books up here that I did get recently that I haven't like officially hauled in a video yet. So let's do that. I'm going to chug my water for a second. Okay, let's just start with the book that I hauled from the library because I only have one. Oh my gosh, she's so colorful. She really fits in with my bookshelf. It is Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. This is a book that I remember when it came out, I had read Ice Planet Barbarians. I wanted to read this one, but I heard kind of so-so reviews. I'm trying not to let reviews impact me as much of whether or not I'm going to read a book or not. I think sometimes it frightens me away from books that I still enjoy, and like everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is going to vibe with a book differently. So I just wanted to give it a try. And one of my Patreons last month read it in July and gave it like 4 or 5 stars. So I was like, you know what? I have been influenced. I just want to give it a try. And a lot of my books on my TBR for August are quite emotional and like serious fantasies, like the ending of Throne of Glass and all of that. So if this book is a little bit non-serious and spicy, I think that will be a nice potential balance book or like palate cleanser book before I continue to get emotionally destroyed. Also, it's just so fun. The fact that the library had I don't know if this is a special edition or if they only did one print of it, but the sprayed edges on the inside too, which I know I already showed you. It just looks so fun. I'm still in my going into books blind phase, so I don't love reading book summaries, but this book is about Aspleth. She knows the importance of magical artifacts, which is why it's a disaster that her father has gambled all of theirs away. So she joins the Royal Artifactual Guild and the adventurers who explore ancient underground ruins to retrieve coveted arcane items. It's a great plan with one big problem. The guild won't let her train because she's a woman. She needs a chaperone. So she's going to marry someone who will let her become an apprentice. Who better than a surly guild member who requires a favor of his own? He's a minotaur. So it sounds great. I also learned that if you check out physical books from my library, you get a 21-day hold. Whereas if you check them out from Libby, you only get 14 days. So that was very exciting news. As for our Barnes haul, I did have a little list of priority books that I really, really wanted to get. I got all of them except for one. I think it's because my Barnes didn't order any of Helen Schur's new books, which is very disappointing. But I did pick up, first and foremost, this beautiful edition of A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reid. I just finished reading the arc for this, so I did already read it. And I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. The sprayed edges on this are also so freaking cute. I love everything about it. The foiling on it is so pretty. The end pages are really funky. But I love this duology. I would definitely recommend it. If you enjoyed like Divine Rivals, which I think is called the Letters of Enchantment series, I think that you would love, love, love the A Study in Drowning and A Theory of Dreaming books. So this gets to go right on my shelf. I don't have to put this on my TBR cart, which is very exciting. Also, when I got A Theory of Dreaming, they're giving out these little pins. Can you see that? They're giving out these little bow pins, and that was just so freaking cute. So I put it right on my bag immediately because it's absolutely adorable. Next up is a book that wasn't on my I have to buy this list, but I got it anyways because I read the first page of it in person, and this is a book that I have checked out probably 3 times in my Libby, and I still haven't gotten around to it. And sometimes when I have a physical book and it's on my TBR shelf staring me in the face, I just get to it a little bit more quickly. It makes it more of a priority for me. So I got Lucy Undying, a Dracula novel by Kirsten White. This is a story about Lucy Westenra, and she was one of Dracula's first victims. I have been super duper into feminist vampire stories this year. It started with Hungerstone. It continued on with Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. And this book is sort of along the same vein. Like I said, read the first page of this in the bookstore and loved it very, very much. So I don't know if I'll get to it in August, but I did haul it because I would like to get to it in the fall for surezies. Oh boy, this is a chunky one. I actually have to do a reread of the series just to even know what's going on anymore, but I did pick up Oathbound by Tracy Dion. This is the third book in the Legendborn cycle. I have read the first two books of the Legendborn cycle. I really thoroughly enjoyed them. It is an Arthurian lore retelling / inspired type YA fantasy that does not read like a YA fantasy. It is so full of depth, and I really enjoy the characters. I enjoy the love interests in it. I would say it's much, much more focused on the fantastical elements in the plot than it is a romance, but I have really enjoyed everything about the series so far, and I'm so excited to continue with it. These book releases have been so spread apart that I might just wait until the whole series is out, and that way I can just do a full reread, binge read of the entire series, because this is a series where the details really, really matter, and it would help for everything to be super fresh in your brain. And then the final book, oh, I'm so excited for this one. Wrath of the Dragons by Olivia Rose Darling. The first book is Fear the Flames. I haven't read the trad pub of Fear the Flames, and I did hear that it got edited quite a bit, so I might want to reread the first book just to see what edits have been made. This is a book series where, oh my gosh, the love interest, Caden, is so delicious. He's so scrumptious. I love him so much. It's an enemies to lovers, but he very quickly turns into a cinnamon roll for her. And the first book has this big, big heist in it, which was so fun. Hoping that this book we get a little bit more of the dragons. I'm so excited to get to this. The other three books that I picked up recently, my last trip to Barnes, which I might have had some clips from on my phone, and if I did, I probably inserted them into the book shopping footage. I picked up The Wolf and the Woodsman by Ava Reid. We just spoke about, wow, I'm giving a lot of money to Ava Reid lately and not complaining about it. Ava Reid came out with The Wolf and the Woodsman. She's the same author as the A Study in Drowning books. This edition is freaking gorgeous. It has to do with like pagan witches. In their forest-veiled pagan village, Avike, I don't know if that's how you say her name, ? Is the only woman without power, making her an outcast, clearly abandoned by the gods, and her villagers blame her for her cursed blood. Soldiers arrive from the Holy Order of the Woodsmen to claim a pagan girl for the king's blood sacrifice, and Avike is betrayed by her fellow villagers and surrendered. But when monsters attack the Woodsmen and their captive en route, slaughtering everyone but Avike and the cold, one-eyed captain, one-eyed, the two have no choice but to rely on each other. Except the captain is no ordinary woodsman. He's the disgraced prince whose father needs pagan magic to consolidate his power. So they're kind of tricking each other in this one. It's a really beautiful edition, and it has a ribbon bookmark in it, which is so freaking cutie. So I'm excited to read this one because I love Miss Ava Reid's writing. A lot of my books are blue. Hold on, let me show you. Not complaining, that's just really funny. I'm like, wow, I have an entire blue stack of books over here. This one came out, I forget if it was July or June, but it was at some point during the summer. It's The Robin on the Oak Throne by K.A. Lind. I read the first book in this series, absolutely fell in love. This is another heist book, at least the first book was. We had a thievy, stealthy FMC, and she breaks into this brownstone apartment in New York City. It takes place in sort of a fantastical, I don't want to say dystopian, but like sort of dystopian New York City, because monsters have taken over the entire city and humans are like constantly in danger because monsters essentially have fair reign. And so she breaks in, she tries to steal something from this monster man, he catches her, and then they get into a deal and she has to go into this heist with him and like help him perform this heist. So it's an urban fantasy, high stakes. It has some of my favorite like character archetypes in it. And the first one ended, I wouldn't say on a cliffhanger, but we got some big, big reveals about our FMC. And I'm so excited to see where her character goes in The Robin on the Oak Throne. Arcana Academy by Elise Kova. This is Elise Kova's first adult fantasy. She's written a ton of YA fantasy, which I loved so much. I loved her Air Awakens, like Elemental Magic series. This one has to do with like a secretive magic academy with a seemingly morally gray headmaster, and the headmaster is our MMC. Our FMC, Clara Greysword, ooh, what a name, has survived the underworld of Eclipse City through thievery, luck, and a whole lot of illegal magic. So again, one of my favorite types of characters. I'm so excited to get to this. This is our Who Did This To You book club pick for August and September. We read one book for every 2 months. So if you'd like to join us on Fable, it's always linked down below. It's a free book club and we read fantasy romance. We hold 8 books, which is pretty good. Let's have some fun putting some books away and doing some organization.